During the filming of The Passion of the Christ, one of the most astonishing events occurred when lightning struck not once, but 3 separate times on set. Such a rare phenomenon left many questioning the spiritual and supernatural implications surrounding the movie's production. How likely is it for a film crew to experience not one, but multiple lightning strikes? Could these incidents be a sign of divine intervention or simply an eerie coincidence? Statistically, the odds of a person being struck by lightning in a given year are approximately 1 in 1.2 million. Yet, during the production of this biblical drama, lightning hit Jim Caviezel, who portrayed Jesus, and John Michelini, an assistant on set, within minutes of each other. If you enjoy content that helps you grow spiritually, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and join our community for more inspiration. Let's get started. What's more, Michelini had already been struck by lightning earlier in the filming. These improbable events challenge any logical explanation and invite speculation about their meaning. Whether viewed through a lens of faith or chance, the incidents undeniably deepened the mystique of the film. Jim Caviezel, recounting the moment, described feeling like a Christmas tree as the lightning struck during the Sermon on the Mount scene. Although he survived unscathed, apart from a sharp pain in his ear and a flash of red and pink in his vision, the event reinforced the challenges of portraying such a sacred figure. Meanwhile, Michelini's second strike, which visibly arced toward him, caused minor burns to his fingertips, but left a lasting impression on the crew, many of whom interpreted these incidents as serious and unsettling. The sense of awe extended to the wider production team, where whispers of divine presence grew louder. Some crew members viewed the lightning strikes as a testament to the film's spiritual gravity, while skeptics dismissed them as coincidental weather anomalies. Regardless of interpretation, these incidents became defining moments for those involved, sparking discussions that transcended the set and entered public discourse. The backdrop of these extraordinary occurrences added an almost mythical quality to them. For believers, they served as tangible signs of something greater at work. For others, they remain inexplicable reminders of the unpredictable forces of nature. Portraying Jesus required Jim Caviezel to endure physical torment that mirrored, in some ways, the suffering of the character he depicted. During the infamous scourging scene where Roman soldiers whip Jesus, he found himself at the mercy of an ill-aimed lash. Despite a protective board meant to shield him, the whip struck him directly, delivering a searing pain that temporarily robbed him of breath. The actor later recounted the incident, describing how he momentarily broke character, unable to suppress a string of expletives. We all face our own moments of struggle, where the weight of life's burdens feels overwhelming, and we question our ability to move forward. In those moments, finding strength and clarity can be transformative. This is exactly what The Secret of Jesus' Apparitions offers, a path to clarity and peace through his revelations. This ebook goes into his prophecies and offers insight into what lies ahead. It's available for free in the pinned comment. Grab it now before the edition's gone. The physical demands did not stop there. While filming the crucifixion sequence, Caviezel dislocated his shoulder while carrying the heavy wooden cross through uneven terrain. Each step on the rugged path exacerbated the injury, but the cameras continued to roll, capturing the raw agony etched on his face, a pain that was far from acting. Conditions during these scenes were harsh, with icy winds cutting through the set. As the hours stretched into days, exposure to the cold led him to contract pneumonia and a lung infection, which only added to his misery. He later revealed that every breath became a challenge as he hung suspended on the cross, his body battered and weakened by relentless conditions. In addition to these major injuries, Caviezel's body bore the brunt of smaller but no less painful incidents. Splinters from the massive cross pierced his skin repeatedly, leaving him covered in bruises and minor wounds. Yet he persisted, driven by his commitment to the role and the weight of the story he was helping to tell. The crew's efforts to ensure his safety often fell short of the unpredictable circumstances. While shooting scenes under challenging weather or complex setups, accidents were inevitable. Still, Caviezel's resilience stood out as he pushed through each trial with a determination that inspired awe among those on set. These physical struggles became part of the film's lore, solidifying his reputation as an actor willing to endure extreme hardship for authenticity. For him, embodying the role of Jesus was more than a performance. It was a test of faith, endurance, and unwavering dedication. When Luca Lionello was strongly involved in playing Judas, he found that his journey became strangely linked to the spiritual themes he was supposed to portray. Known for his secular lifestyle, he initially approached the role with detachment. However, as filming progressed, the weight of his character's betrayal and the unfolding story stirred something within him. One day, Lionello privately requested a confession, a moment of vulnerability that marked a turning point. The experience left him visibly transformed. Not long after, he arranged the baptism of his children, renewed his marriage vows, and embraced his faith with a sincerity that surprised even his closest companions. Such transformations were not confined to the actors alone. Conversations among the crew, often casual during breaks, frequently turned introspective. Discussions ranged from personal challenges to reflections on themes of forgiveness, sacrifice, and redemption. A makeup artist shared how working on scenes depicting suffering made them contemplate their own struggles, drawing inspiration from the verse, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Matthew 11:28. This verse, often cited during moments of exhaustion on set, became a quiet mantra for many. Even in the most overwhelming moments, finding clarity can make all the difference. Don't forget to claim your free ebook. Supplies are limited, and it's available now in the first pinned comment. Father John Bartunek, present as a spiritual guide, described how the environment seemed to invite people to explore their faith. Crew members, some with little to no religious background, sought him out for private conversations. They shared doubts, sought understanding, or simply looked for someone to listen. Bartunek noted that his role extended beyond formal guidance. He became a confidant, observing the quiet but powerful work of grace in the lives of those around him. Even the most routine tasks seemed touched by something extraordinary. A lighting technician recounted an overwhelming sense of reverence while adjusting equipment for a particularly solemn scene. Overcome by emotion, they found themselves pausing to pray, a habit they hadn't practiced in years. Other crew members echoed similar experiences, describing subtle but undeniable shifts in their outlooks. These moments, while personal, created a collective resonance. Many who stepped away from the project later reflected that it had left a lasting imprint, not just on their professional lives, but on their inner worlds. Whether through transformative conversations, personal revelations, or quiet prayers, the set became a space where faith and purpose seemed to converge, leaving no one untouched by its influence. Jim Caviezel's transformation into the figure of Jesus was a meticulous process, beginning in the early hours of the morning. By 2 a.m., the actor would arrive on set to endure hours of preparation, a ritual that became physically and mentally grueling, Layers of prosthetics were meticulously applied to create realistic bruises, wounds, and cuts, while his body was coated in blood-like makeup to simulate the aftermath of relentless scourging. The weight of the thorn crown, which had to sit securely on his head, added another layer of discomfort, often digging into his scalp after long hours of wear. One of the most challenging aspects of this preparation was the intentional swelling applied to one of Caviezel's eyes. To achieve a battered and swollen look, his vision was partially obstructed for the duration of filming. With only one functional eye, tasks that would normally require little effort became a daily struggle. Depth perception was impaired, leading to frequent stumbles and difficulty navigating the set. Caviezel later shared that the constant strain caused persistent migraines, a challenge he bore silently to preserve the authenticity of his performance. Beyond the makeup, the thorn crown presented unique risks. Composed of real thorns, it required careful placement to avoid injury. However, during a particularly intense sequence, one thorn pierced Caviezel's skin, drawing blood. The moment, though unplanned, was captured on film, adding a haunting realism to the scene. The cold weather added to these physical hardships. Between takes, he was wrapped in blankets to stave off hypothermia, as his costume offered little protection against the elements. Despite the team's best efforts, the actor developed severe chills and occasional numbness, which further complicated the makeup process. As layers of paint and prosthetics interacted with the icy air, touch-ups became an hourly necessity to maintain continuity in the visuals. Life's challenges often leave us searching for answers. Take a moment to download your free ebook today and discover insights that could guide you forward. Remember, only a few copies remain. Each morning, as the makeup artists worked tirelessly, Caviezel would quietly recite passages from Scripture, drawing strength for the day ahead. One verse that spoke to him during these moments was, "But he was pierced for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities." Isaiah 53:5. It served as a reminder of the powerful story he was tasked with portraying, providing a source of comfort amid the physical trials. Mel Gibson's determination to bring this project to life faced resistance long before the cameras began rolling. Studios hesitated to support the film due to its controversial themes and graphic depictions. When the movie was completed, it divided audiences and critics alike. While some hailed it as a masterpiece of faith and artistry, others decried it as overly violent and polarizing. Jim Caviezel, who delivered a performance of immense physical and emotional intensity, became an unexpected focal point of the backlash. Hollywood's response to his portrayal was swift and unkind. In interviews, he revealed that Mel Gibson had warned him about the professional risks of taking on such a role. "You'll never work in this town again," Gibson reportedly said, alluding to the stigma that portraying such a significant religious figure could carry. Caviezel admitted he underestimated the lasting impact this decision would have on his career. Despite these challenges, Caviezel stood by his choice, often referencing Scripture to explain his perseverance. "If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first," John 15:18, he once shared, underscoring his acceptance of the fallout as a testament to the role's significance. His projects post-film became sparse, with major studios showing reluctance to cast him in leading roles. The controversies extended beyond his career. Some accused Gibson of anti-Semitism due to the film's portrayal of certain historical figures. Protests erupted across cities, with advocacy groups demanding apologies and edits to the film. Gibson defended his vision as a reflection of his faith, asserting that the movie sought to honor the story's historical and theological roots. Amid the uproar, The Passion of the Christ became one of the highest-grossing R-rated films in history, a testament to its impact despite, or perhaps because of, its controversies. Audiences packed theaters, many compelled by curiosity and others by devotion, creating heated discussions that lingered long after the film left cinemas. For those involved, the controversies surrounding the production were more than headlines. They were lived experiences. The weight of public scrutiny followed cast and crew, shaping their careers and personal lives. Some embraced the challenges as part of a greater purpose, while others sought solace in the belief that the film's message would outlast the noise. Talks of a sequel to The Passion of the Christ began circulating shortly after the success of the original. Mel Gibson, known for his ambitious storytelling, hinted at a continuation that would explore events following the crucifixion, focusing on the resurrection and the days thereafter. Jim Caviezel, reprising his role, described the project as the most significant undertaking of his career. In an interview, he referred to it as the biggest film in history, fueling speculation about the scale and scope of the new production. The script, reportedly drawing inspiration from biblical texts, delves into themes of renewal, faith, and ultimate redemption. Unlike the original, which focused on the intense suffering of Jesus, the sequel is expected to center on the transformative power of the resurrection. When the weight of life feels too much, a little guidance can go a long way. Don't miss your chance to access the free ebook. Check the first pinned comment before it's gone. This shift in tone presents new challenges, as the narrative must balance theological depth with cinematic storytelling. Gibson, in his characteristic style, aims to create a work that resonates universally while remaining true to its scriptural roots. Anticipation has grown not only among audiences, but also within the cast and crew. Caviezel has expressed his belief that the sequel's message will have a profound impact, saying, "The resurrection is the cornerstone of faith. Without it, nothing else matters." This statement, echoing 1 Corinthians 15:17, "If Christ has not been raised, your faith is futile," highlights the gravity of the story being told. The project's scope extends beyond the narrative itself. Reports suggest that Gibson plans to use groundbreaking technology to depict the celestial and spiritual realms, bringing to life visions of heaven and the divine with unparalleled realism. Such innovations aim to deepen the emotional and spiritual connection for viewers, immersing them in a story that transcends time. If this message makes you think and you feel it connects with you, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Also, if you really want to support our work and help us keep creating valuable content, consider giving us a super thanks. Join this amazing community and don't miss any news. While production details remain under wraps, those involved hint at a continuation of the physical and emotional intensity that defined the original. Early discussions suggest filming in locations with historical and spiritual significance, aiming to capture the authenticity that was central to the first film's success. The sequel promises to build upon the foundation laid by its predecessor, delving into a story of hope and renewal. As the team prepares for what could be a defining moment in their careers, the weight of expectation looms large, setting the stage for a cinematic event unlike any other.